Welcome back to another stream. Today, we're finally addressing the OSSC problem. And, ooh. Okay, we're good. We were getting like 1 frame per second. That's pretty brutal. That's not great. Okay. I think we're good now. Well, no, we're getting 24 for 30. I don't know. CPU usage pretty high. Okay, welcome back. We're going to be doing the OSSC, finishing out the OSSC today. It's been a long time coming. What we're going to be changing on this one today is we're going to replace the LCD because I did fry the backlight in it with heat. And we're going to be adding the ADC chip for audio, and we're going to be putting in the correct power regulator. Once all that's done, this will be a fully working OSSC, and all I'll have to do after that is just get the housing situation figured out, which at this point I don't know where to go to get the acrylic milled. That's why my other OSSC here is also not in a shell. But this one stays generally tucked away. It's out on the bench because I was using it for troubleshooting on this a few days ago, and you know, I just haven't put it back in place. But normally this stays tucked away inside of a like a little entertainment center, so it doesn't really matter whether it's protected or not, although it would probably not hurt anything to have some sort of protection for it. But anyway, the other OSSC that I have that actually does have the acrylic shell, that was the first one I ever built, and that was built from a kit from Video Game Perfection. So it came with the acrylic. I just need to find a place that can cut the acrylic to plan, and then I can produce some shells for these. But anyway, the side tangent. The important part is that it'll be a fully working OSSC, finally, as this saga has gone on for far too long. So to start with, we'll just install the voltage, we'll install the voltage regulator. We got the correct model this time. It's like exactly the same, but it is the correct model this time, so it won't be doing funky things like shorting itself to ground. Actually, first thing we'll do is remove the old LCD. Now I'm gonna keep this LCD because I have a feeling that I will be able to make use of it later on. Because without the backlight, it's really not even a deal breaker for this particular OSSC that I'm building. But, you know, if I'm ordering parts to fix part of it, I might as well just go ahead and get a fully working LCD in it as well. That's how I felt about it, so that's why I bought one. I mean, I was already there on DigiKey ordering parts, so I might as well have a fully functional OSSC when I'm done with this. So I'm just going to be peeling up each pin of this LCD connector individually and desoldering it. Okay. So all the pins on the bottom except for one of them are free. Okay, now it's completely freed on the bottom. We just got to get the top the rest of the way off, and it's good. Let's go ahead and redo these pads. Clean them up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of desoldering braid on there and just suck up that solder. So we have nice clean pads to work with whenever we install the new LCD. Okay, so that's done. Let's go ahead and place this power regulator. Sorry, we'll zoom you in a little bit more there. Okay, new power regulator is in. Let's go ahead and, I know the LCD's not in, but let's go ahead and power it up and make sure we get our LEDs. Yep. So we have our power LEDs, which means this is now working properly. Just needs the new screen installed and the audio ADC chip installed. So let's go ahead and work on the ADC. Gonna go ahead and get in here and clean these pads up. Okay, here's the ADC chip. We gotta get this oriented properly on the board. So there's a pin that is a little bit out of shape there right on the end. We have to adjust that once we get it on the board, but get the orientation correct. Go ahead and get it lined up on the board, and then we'll tack it down as we always do. Okay, that looks good. Whoops. Okay. Get some flux in there. Okay, let's go ahead and get this soldered. So this side was very easy. This side is being a little more difficult. I have to get the wick in there. Clear out some of that solder. Okay, everything looks good under the microscope too, so we're good on the ADC chip. That capacitor had a little solder tail on it. Okay, so now last thing is going to be installing the new LCD. Okay, that should be everything. Let's go ahead and fire it up and see if the LCD works. And if that works, then we are all good. Well, the LCD works, but it doesn't light up. Curious. You know, I thought that the LCD was fried just from heat damage because I scorched this old LCD so badly, but it's still not working. That's bizarre. I guess I'm going to have to poke around in the LCD circuit, the backlight circuit, and see what the, see if I'm missing something. Let's as I understand it, these top anchor point deals here, these two on the edges of the LCD, that's what provides the power for the backlight. So let's poke that with the multimeter and see what we get. .00.5 volts. Well, that doesn't seem like very many volts. Seems like we should be getting more volts than that. Let's take a look at this other OSSC and see what kind of voltage we get from it on here. That's when the LCD does work. So okay, we get 2.8 volts. Curious. Curious indeed. So I wonder what the issue is. Let's see, what part produces the backlight? Really are getting nothing. We're going to pull the PCB up in dip trace and poke around on here to try to figure out where some of this stuff is. What is this? This is an Eagle board. No, it's Gerber's. That's a shame. Really? Oh, what a pain. And that's clearly not what we need. Could have sworn it was a board file. Is it a KiCad? Yeah, maybe, oh, it might be a KiCad board. Oh, it is. Yep, there it is. Okay. So let's take a look here. Power comes from resistor to Q2. That's the ground plane. And then Q1. So Q1 and Q2, where do these go to? What net is that? Is that the... Oh, that's the 5-volt power net. Okay. And that's the 3.3 volt net. What is Q2? BC847 is Q1 and BC857 is Q2. Let's take a look here under the microscope. Q2 is BC857. I'm wondering, I did pull these off during the troubleshooting process. I wonder if I put the Q1 and Q2 backwards. GW86. Oh, wait. Oh, cold joints. Oh, hold on a second. Looks like we got ourselves a couple of cold joints. Look at this. Just wiggles all over the place. Let's try soldering those back in and see if we get backlight. Now I wonder if I bet the other LCD was fine. If that's the case, I'll save that for another one. I know it's a little toasted, but you know. It's probably not too bad. I must have just tacked it down on one side and then never finished soldering the rest of it because it was all part of that troubleshooting process and I had no idea what the problem actually was. So I wasn't like fully, like, I don't know, I was trying a lot of different stuff and I guess I may have just forgotten about it. Okay. Moment of truth. Hey! There's a backlight right there. So yeah, that was all. That's all it was. Cold joints due to failure on my part. So, there you go. We finally have a fully operational OSSC. It's been a long road getting here, but we did it. I can assure you, I will definitely do another video building an OSSC from scratch, wherein I will do much better planning and not run into these kinds of problems, because all the problems here were avoidable. They were just mistakes on my part in terms of parts ordering and getting this project started before I actually had all the parts ready, because I didn't check in advance. I just kind of jumped right into it. You know, all of these things were avoidable, and I will avoid them the next time. But this was a nightmare. This was a real nightmare. I'm not proud of it. So, you know, I'm going to leave this up as my, you know, first streamed attempt at building a OSSC, but ultimately, we're gonna do this again. One more thing. Let's go ahead and test it and make sure that we have audio, because I did install the ADC. So let's find out if that even works. I guess that's important to know. Okay, what do we have here that we can hook up? Cool. The Evermedia card is not cooperating with us now. Okay, that's weird. There we go. I don't know what that was about. Okay, let's grab a system. Let's get something plugged in here. Let's do, there's an N64 right here. We'll go ahead and do that one. And there we go. Star Wars Rogue Squadron on an RGB modded N64. And is it working? Is it working? Yeah, sure looks like it's working. I see audio levels going up and down. Seems like a win to me. Let's see here. Oh, what's that? Yeah, that's audio. Okay, I hear it now too. Sorry, I had to turn the monitor on so that I could hear what was going on. Okay, well, there you go. That's an OSSC fully working with for friggin' you know, audio and all that good stuff. I mean, it's all up and running and working properly now. I'm really happy about it. This has been a long road, you know, getting here, but I think it was worthwhile, and I'll definitely do it again in a much more successful fashion later on. So I hope y'all enjoyed the adventure building this shitty OSSC, and hopefully you'll tune in next time when I do a better job. Later.